And a very good evening to all my viewers out there. We are here in Rosemount, right near closest metro to here, I believe, is obviously the Rosemount Metro. And I'm going to be doing a pretty long video right now, hoping my battery on my phone is going to last. I'm going to show you a very beautiful walk. This is by it's a set of train tracks here, and it's a green space basically. It's a green walkway that takes me all the way from here, I believe, to Delormier, around there. So we're going to do this walk. We're not actually at the beginning of the walk yet, but I wanted to start off by showing you this little beautiful area here. Looks like an art exhibit they got here. All these pieces of metal and whatnot around. Look at this. Very cool, very cool. But we're not actually going to start our walk here. I just wanted to open the video with this. We're going to start our walk past this building right here. And the reason I started filming now was not just to show you this, but because I actually, ironically enough, was here last night, and I was mentioning how I wanted to do a daytime video walking across this viaduct here. I'm not going to do that today because I have to stay at ground level. That's where this green walkway is. But we are going to see a lot of stuff on the way. But the reason I started here is because this building right here, look at this. This building is very old. Look at that. It says on there, fireproof storage. Now, I don't know if that's really fireproof or not. There's the 160 bus, 2200 series, beautiful. But anyway, I don't know if this building is actually fireproof or not. But at least at one point they claimed that this was fireproof storage inside of here. And they also had all kinds of different warehouse-related storage in here. So yeah, I just wanted to open the video showing you this building here. And again, this is Rosemount Boulevard, this street right here. Down here, I believe, is Saint Laurent. And again, I'm going to start the video right now. I'm going to be pausing it from time to time. Wow, look at this. For all you old vehicle lovers, check this out. Look at this old Volvo here. Wow. I know a lot of my viewers out there are into the old-fashioned cars. Oh, there's one for you right there. Anyways, so yeah, you can see this building here. As I said, at one time it was a warehouse. Not sure what's in it now. Could be lofts, could be apartments. Wow, look at this already. Look at all these old vehicles around here, old trucks and GM vans. So anyway, there's a good shot of that building. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm actually going to resume recording on the other side here when we get to the green area, the actual path that I intend to walk on. So again, this isn't the path. This is just a couple of things I wanted to film before. There's the Rosemount Viaduct where I've walked at nighttime. I will get a daytime video eventually, but I want to focus on this beautiful walk I'm about to do here, and hope the camera battery on my phone holds up. So I'll resume when we get to the beginning of the path. Alright, so here we are. This is the start of this path. It technically starts down there, but it's not actually really far. It's just on that street down there where it starts. But here's a nice map of this entire route. It's called the Réseau Vert, or the green route. And we're here, I believe. And we're going to be doing a walk all the way down to Beaubien West. So I'm going to see how long this battery holds. And look at this, there's actually a Coca-Cola plant in this area. D. So you have to find the where's the D on here? Anyone see the D? Oh yeah, right there. So that was a Coca-Cola plant. Here is the incinerator. This used to be a garbage incinerator. Trying to find it on here. Yeah, here's a picture of it. I actually did a nighttime video of this building. You know, I'd love to go in there one day and do a video if it ever becomes legal. And that's down here. But we're here, so we're going to be doing a walk on this path all the way. Actually, sorry, we're here. This map is backwards to me. So yeah, we're here, and we're going to be walking all the way down to here. Again, so this is our starting point, and we're going to be going down to here. This building right here, B, is this one over there that you're looking at. And that actually was, where's B on here? I guess it has to do with this guy. But anyways, we're gonna walk. We're gonna go check this path out. I suggest anyone that has a chance to do this because it's really beautiful. And yeah, we're gonna go check it out. So let's get walking. So again, we're right here. Down there, that road is just basically this, and we're gonna be going all the way to the east part of this path. So let's start our journey here. And according to Google Maps, this is a 36-minute walk. So we're gonna see. I don't think my battery is gonna last 36 minutes. Well, give you an idea. Right now it's at 51%. It's 6:48 p.m. Wednesday, July 11th, 2018. At 6:49. So let's see how fast this battery begins to die out. I'd love to, like I said, I'd love to do the whole path because there's so much to see here. And there's that warehouse that we were just filming from the side, Lawrence Warehousing. And you know, the funny thing is that video that I did last night when I was in this exact area, I was filming down there. I was actually trying to read the, filming that building right there. I was actually trying to read the text on this. And now it's daytime, I could see it perfectly. And again, you can see here we have a railroad track directly beside us. Might even see a couple of trains. Now look at this, you can even see the old metal here, the old part of the structure below us. That bridge that I also filmed yesterday. Truly a beautiful walk, this one. I recommend it. I haven't done this one in a while. But if anyone's familiar, I haven't seen it yet. I'd love to do it one day in New York City, the High Line, which is it's an old abandoned rail track that they turned into a green natural walkway. And I'd love to see them do that here. Look at that, that's old. That's beautiful, beautiful. History, my friends, history. And down there, I believe, is actually Mount Royal in the distance, so we'll get some better views soon. But look at the old writing on these buildings here. The old woodwork. Very old. And I know this is going to be a long video, but I invite everyone to just try to watch it. I'll try to go a little bit faster here because there's going to be some interesting things along the way. There might be times where I pause the video, like right here, for example. Just so I get to another interesting part, but it's just going to be short little intervals that I do pause it. So I'll resume recording in a moment. Okay, so a couple of things here. There's another view of that warehouse right there that I was just filming. And over here, if you look in the distance, those two chimneys down there, that's actually where we're going to be walking past soon enough. It's actually it's an old garbage incinerator. And I did a video at one point of that at nighttime. And I'm going to do a daytime video eventually. Let's just pause the video. Alrighty, so I actually had to wait there for about 5 minutes. Apparently they were doing some film shoot and they actually blocked the path temporarily. But we're back here. Unfortunately, my battery's starting to take a bit of a hit. It's at 46% right now. So I'm going to try to, like I said, do as much as I can. And if I don't finish the walk, I promise I will do another video another time, but at least I'll do part of the walk tonight. Yeah, man, dogs. All right, so over here, like I said, that's the commuter train line. I'm trying to think which one that is. I think it's the St. Jerome line, actually. Could be wrong. And right over here is the Rosemount Viaduct, right above us. So again, we're going to continue down here. All kinds of different outdoor areas here. And these buildings right here, I filmed them from the top there. And there's stairs that go up there. I think they're old textile plants, printing plants, and whatnot. Very unique area here. A lot of different things going on, different times. So yeah, I'm going to pause the video here and I'm going to resume it in a moment. Yeah, look at this here. So they're actually outdoor gyms they got, man. How's that for forward thinking in modern times? Yeah, so I went a little bit off the beaten path here, a little bit off trail. Give you a closer look at these old buildings here. Really beautiful architecture here. as I mentioned, very old. You can actually hear the sound of machinery if you walk a bit close to this building. Let's take a listen here. This is old. This is like going back in time. Listen to these old machinery here. Listen to these old pieces of machinery in there. Not sure what's going on in there, but it's truly beautiful. You know, if you're into having an idea what it was like back, you know, 30, 40 years ago, 50, 60 years ago, even 100 years ago. This is kind of like going back in time. This is what you'd hear. You'd hear this all over. You'd see factories, you'd hear machinery, motors, manufacturing, all kinds of things going on, textiles. It even has smells to it right now. Like there's an odor of an industrial odor here, is the best way I could describe it. A lot of these buildings miraculously are still doing things the way they once did a long time ago. I don't know what's in here. I think it's some kind of textile facility, perhaps. Printing, manufacturing. But you know, it's quite amazing, like I said, how a lot of these factories, these old manufacturing plants, continue to do things the way that they were done quite a while ago. So now we're heading right in front of the Rosemount metro station, which is right there, that building. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to resume a little bit past here, because I want to save you enough battery to get at least a bit of that garbage, old garbage incinerator in the distance on film. Probably gonna do a whole different video on that another day. In the daytime, I did a nighttime version already. But, so I'm gonna pause the video here. Again, this is Rosemount Boulevard down there, and I think this is Saint Denis right here. So I'll resume recording once I get past this point here. One more look backwards. And there's that rail line, and I'll resume in a moment. Alright, so we're right here, as I said, just beside Rosemount Metro. What is that, a 2500 series? Yeah. So what we're doing now is continuing east. You can actually see, this is quite spectacular. That's actually the old Port of Montreal in the distance. You can actually see the Ferris wheel a little bit. I'm trying to zoom in, but I can't really see it. It's actually the old Port of Montreal right down there. And we're actually not that far from it. We're quite close, relatively speaking. I think we're a little bit halfway. If you were to walk south, the southern part of the island of Montreal to the northern part, I think we'd actually be at the halfway mark right now. And we got an old truck here coming for all you old vehicle lovers. International, I think it says. Oh, Sterling. Yeah. Sterling. Are these leaves changing color already? We're not even in August yet. You gotta be kidding me. Look at this. That's the colors that you see in the fall. That's bizarre. Must be something about these specific species of bushes. It's not right. That's kind of alarming. So anyway, now we're in a more residential area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video. And once we're back on kind of the, how can I explain it? The part of the path that's, you know, like back there, more isolated, we'll resume filming. And like I said, some more interesting things coming up. All right, so here's our little map. I just wanted to show you where we are. So we started around here. Right now we're here. These are the points of interest coming up that I really want to show you, especially this here, that garbage incinerator. That's what I want to be checking out in a moment. So once again, I'll pause the video and resume when we're closer. Nice little art thing here. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so as you can see, we're getting much closer to this garbage incinerator over here. But I wanted to show you this. These are back laneways, parking lots of old buildings, industrial, commercial buildings in this area. And look at the different types of vehicles. You have there an old van, GMC or Ford van. And you can see graffiti all over these buildings because, I mean, like I said, they're so old. And look at these old chimney stacks down here, these old smokestacks. Now that, go back a bit here, that is just old industrial technology. You know? You can just tell by looking at it. And these smokestacks here, like I said, that was at one time a garbage incinerator. I'll go into more detail about that as I get a bit closer. What street is this? Don't know, can't tell you, but we're going in the east direction, and trying to see if there's a street sign anywhere. Anyways, if anyone knows, maybe you could put it in the comments. Resume recording in a moment. Okay, so here's this map here where we are. Yeah, so here's where we are right now. So the street that I was just asking about is actually Saint Hubert. The one before that was, correctly as I stated, Saint Denis. And this here is the Descarrières incinerator. And we're going to be going past there in a moment. And then we're going to be exiting down here on Masson or Mason Street. But yeah, let's go let's check out this area here, because I'm going to keep rolling now, because this is where we get to the good stuff. This is where we get to some even more interesting stuff here that you're going to see coming up. Now you got to keep in mind where we're coming up to right now. This is a very old municipal, I call it a municipal industrial area, because this is where a lot of the municipal buildings were. And it's still used today for municipal buildings. I mean, like trucks that are stored here, repair units. There's even an infrastructure yard, I call it, where they actually keep foam poles and stuff. Traffic lights. You're going to see it as I pass through here, because I remember when I did the video in the winter at night, when I first started my channel, there was all kinds of different things that were in that yard. I'm going to try to post a link to that video coming up. Now, here we have a choice. We can either go through here or through here. I believe they both go to the same place. Yeah, they do. Okay, so we're just going to walk here. Again, this is the Rosemount area that we're in right now. As you can see, we're getting closer and closer to this old incinerator that's no longer in use. So now I could start talking about this area a little more. So again, this is a municipal area. This is where they have an eco center. This is where they have the recycling programs. You can get recycling bins here, compost bins. See how my battery's doing here. A little concern. It's at 36, so it's going down fast here. That thing right there is for fixing bicycles. You actually put your bike on there and repair it. Yeah, here's what the old incinerator looked like right here. They used to burn the garbage inside of this incinerator. And I would go right to those smokestacks that you're about to see. So, yeah, we're gonna walk on this side here so you can see a lot of the different things that are going on. And there's a beautiful view right there, that old incinerator, right there. Now again, this place is used as a storage facility now. And as I get to a nice view of this incinerator, I'm going to actually talk a little bit more about the history of it and go into a little more details from what I remember. I'm going to go on this side, I don't care, get a better view. Hoping a train's going to go by here, commuter train. But here we are, we're coming right up to it. It was a lot less time than I thought it would take to walk here. And now we're going to get a nice, beautiful daytime view of this incinerator right here. There she is right there, look at that. Now this here, as I mentioned, it's called the Descarrières incinerator, and I think this opened in the early 1900s, and these are all approximate dates, and it shut down in the 70s or 80s. And what this used to be is very simple. Back, you know, when people were less aware of the environment, they used to actually bring all the garbage in the city here, and they would burn it. They'd actually put it into these huge vaults. They were like furnaces, and they would burn it, and all the residue would come through those smokestacks. So all that garbage that got burnt ended up going through those smokestacks, basically, into the surrounding air, in the air, the environment. And, you know, I guess as they became more aware of that problem, they decided to close it down, and that's when we got into the more of a landfill use. Now, of course, landfills have been around for a while, but they just simply stopped doing this. There's another incinerator, I think the Dixon incinerator it's called, which is in Hochelaga, I believe. Much smaller than this one. But look at that, little smokestacks. Now again, you got to understand, all that was garbage that was coming through there. Now in recent years, you know, people are actually able to go in here, not legally, but people go in there and actually explore that incinerator inside. As I said, you know, I wish there was a way they can legalize that. I wish there was a way you can just safely go in there and explore these old structures, because I think it would educate people a lot about the history of these buildings and whatnot, you know. I'll get one more shot from the side here. Nice little shot here of everything. Here you go. There it is. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it's used, as you can see what I was talking about, it's used now as a municipal storage unit. But those chimneys right there, like I said, at one time were incinerators in there. And all kinds of different vehicles and whatnot. That is gorgeous. The architectural aspect of this building. And if you actually go in there, I've seen pictures online, people that have explored that building. Next best thing to doing it yourself. It's actually consoles in there, consoles, like computer consoles. Kind of look like old Star Trek technology. Switchboards, motherboards. Look at this. It's incredible. I just love these old buildings, you know, abandoned buildings, abandoned industries that are just have stood the test of time. Now these buildings right here, as I mentioned, are vehicle storage buildings, I believe, because when I came here in winter there was snowbanks like up to here. I was actually able to walk up and look inside, and if I remember, coming up very shortly, we're going to be seeing some telephone poles, utility poles in a storage yard up here. I'm going to go to the other side. One more departing shot of those massive chimneys up there. I'll try to do a better video of those in the future during the day. I'm actually quite impressed. I walked all the way from Guy Concordia to this area today after work. Actually